Clint Bowyer versus Ryan Newman. You want to play that audio
Yes,
from Brett?
here's what Brett sent us on Sunday morning.
Was he sober?
I'm so disappointed it was Sunday morning because if it was Saturday night, this would have been way
That's
better.
your fault. You were with him. You should have recorded it.
I was in no condition to talk to anybody at that point either.
My take on the Clint Ryan thing is that, Ryan decided after the race was over to intentionally wreck Clint. I look at that as if the football game was over and the quarterback's walking to the locker room and all of a sudden a defensive end comes out of nowhere and hits him with a blindside shot. I'm not a fan of anyone being wrecked after the event's over because guys are letting window nets down. They're taking their seatbelts off. They're ultimately letting their guard down. So to go intentionally wreck someone in that situation, I don't think is the right thing to do. And I think when that happened, it made Clint reach his bowling point. And if you've ever played sports, when you reach your bowling point, you've had all you're going to take and you're going to react to it and you're going to seek what you see as fair revenge at the time. So obviously Clint went to Newman's car and let him know that he wasn't happy about it. And look, regardless of which side you're on here, pro Ryan or pro Clint, that's up to you. But I think that a lot of drivers in the garage, if not all the drivers in the garage, were probably on Clint's side and like, hell yeah, finally somebody stood up to that guy, because it's easy to walk around with your chest out and act like you're a bully and a tough guy. And we all know how Ryan races. And look, man, it's racing. You either race hard, you don't race hard. You race hard sometimes, you don't race hard sometimes. But I think we all know that Ryan is a tough guy to pass on the racetrack. And I think that it's not a surprise that he and Clint have had some issues. We even talked about it on Door Bumper Clear. So to see Clint reach his bowling point with Ryan Newman, not surprised. I think, like I said, all the drivers were probably like, finally. I guess we'll just see what happens moving forward. You never know what's going to come from these things.
First of all, I don't know what happened during the race to make these guys mad. I sure hope it wasn't a block of some sort.
It was like a chop block, Newman said.
Yeah.
The guy that was mad for somebody blocking last week got through the block this week and thought the guy was a lap down too, right?
Yes.
When he wasn't.
He wasn't.
And he wasn't a lap down. So the guy had every right to be racing, doing what he was doing. It sounds like Clint chopped him because he thought he was a lap down. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm gathering here. Clint didn't think he was racing him. He thought Ryan was just being a tool racing like that, and he chopped him, and Ryan didn't like it. But even after the race, I watched the video, and Ryan's car doesn't run up there and move like he's trying to turn into Clint. His left side tires don't leave the yellow line. When you wreck somebody intentionally, you turn hard right, you hook them, and you send them.
Yeah.
You don't just bump them like that, in my opinion.
So I haven't seen video of this yet, but it's my understanding that I've seen the video of where you're talking about, but it's my understanding that they've run into each other 3 or 4 times after the race is over, and that's what kind of got Clint fired up. Like, I guess Ryan hit Clint after the race was over. Clint went back and door slammed Ryan, and then what you see is the end of it I don't know. Like you said, it's hard to tell if he just runs up there and hits him, if Clint comes down a little bit. But it's just uncalled for.
When a guy goes after a guy, you go up there and you see steering wheel movement. Like, he goes up there and gets to the guy's quarter panel and turns one way or the other. Ryan was on the yellow line. I don't think Ryan went up there and intentionally thought he was going to put Clint into the wall. I don't think that's what happened. I think it ended up being like that, and I don't think that's the intentions of it. But I loved Clint's interview, about, when you do that, you're going to get poked in the nose or whatever.
Yeah.
But my only problem with it is, if you're going to fight. Let the guy get out of his car and have words with him then. And take your helmet off. If the guy's got his helmet off, take your helmet off. I noticed even afterwards, after Ryan got out, he still didn't unstrap that helmet.
Well, he's not an idiot. I mean, I heard a pretty funny quote the other night, and I'm sure it was probably Brett or somebody that said, when helmets are an option, wear the helmet. Why would you voluntarily get yourself punched in the head? You might as well wear your helmet. I mean,
if you're gonna say it like that, does the quarterback go back out there after the game and punch somebody? Does the quarterback leave his helmet on too when he goes? If you're gonna go, I don't mind 2 guys getting mad at each other, but if you're gonna go, think you're gonna poke another guy in the nose, like he said, take your helmet off.
Yeah, I don't think, and it's not something like, I don't know how many fights you've been in, or anybody really, but like when you're gonna fight, when I get to the point
I'm
where
5'7".
I'm gonna fight somebody,
how many fights you think I get in?
Not many. But like when you get to the point when you're gonna fight somebody, you're not thinking very rationally. It's like, I'm gonna go over there and beat that guy's ass, And
Yeah.
hold on,
Or,
you know what?
or was he thinking real rationally?
Well, no.
Well, have you
I
seen
think
Ryan?
he's-
I mean, come on.
I think that he just ran. I mean, he probably got out of the car as fast as he could, left his helmet
Yeah.
on, and ran over there. Now, obviously, if you want to have a fair fight, yes, you should let him get out of the car, let him get his helmet off. But you're not thinking.
Your
First of all,
adrenaline's probably
you're thinking
pumping.
I'm going to
Yeah.
beat his ass. So
Yeah.
you're not thinking I'm going to give him a fair shot of beating my ass. I'm going to beat his ass, and then we'll figure out what happens later.
I understand that part of it, but even afterwards, after you let Ryan get out, he still got that helmet on.
well, like I said, he's not an idiot.
I mean, strategic thinking there. So, but I thought it was great. Two guys, I don't really necessarily agree with the, putting somebody in the wall after the checker flag either. But
Yeah.
Do we know if they how the meeting? Has Brett mentioned anything about the meeting?
No.
should tweet him.
I haven't really talked to Brett.
Can
since
somebody
Sat-
tweet Brett and
Saturday
ask
night.
him how the NASCAR hauler meeting went?
I don't want to see anybody get wrecked after the race into the wall.
No,
I don't think
especially
that's fair.
Yeah.
from what Brett was saying, the thing that really, really pissed Clint off was the fact that he had already kind of loosened his belts up and was, maybe not had them off, but loosened them up a little bit. And,
Yeah.
And
But
that's dangerous. I mean,
That's still, even after the race, man, you should keep your belts on until you get to pit
obviously.
road. You know what I mean? But
you're just not expecting
yeah.
something like that to
well, I
happen.
mean, if
Anything happens.
if a guy's mad at you, whatever, you might want to keep him tight.
There's a Ryan Newman, Clint Bowyer autograph appearance at Bass Pro
Yeah.
Shop
I did see that.
on Thursday. If anyone's in the coming to the races, go check it out.
Does Clint wear a helmet?
They'll be fine. The two of them, I guarantee, will be fine by then. They're
Yeah.
probably fine now. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
Or
I
act
don't
as
know.
if they're fine after it.
Sounds like this is sounds like there's a pass. So I don't know if something with a pass just gets fine after something like this.
We'll see.